BougieSports.net. Hey, tonight we're debuting a new BougieSports.net Spring Football Award. Now, for this one, go ahead and during the theme music, exercise your neck. Hit me.
It ain't over. Spring football update with your girl, Posh_Clevenger, a Bougie Sports production. Check us out on YouTube and on X every Tuesday. Over. Spring football update with your girl, Posh_Clevenger, a Bougie Sports production. Check us out on YouTube and on X every Tuesday.
Hey, it's your sweetheart, Posh_Clevenger. You know what to do. You know what to do. I'm so glad you're here this Tuesday with me. Be sure to subscribe and tell a friend, tell a neighbor about BougieSports.net. You can't live without us ladies in your life. Go ahead and download that Fast Draft app. It's perfect for you rookies out there and you guys that are more familiar with parlays. But definitely you're going to subscribe to BougieSports.net on all your social media platforms. There's always something crazy going on. Did you see that Boom Boom interview with Yvette? If you haven't, go ahead and click on it. It was a great interview. It was more than just boxing. Go ahead and look at that interview and download that Fast Drive app right now. Click with the code word Bougie Sports, Bougie with the code word Bougie. Code word Bougie, you can get up to $50 match deposit. You know what to do. How was the weekend? Your girl is still in recovery. Your Battlehawks girl is still in recovery. As a Browns and Battlehawks girl, you think by me following spring football, I could get some type of rest as a Browns girl, but there's got to be, I'm not happy unless I'm having some drama. We're going to break it all down tonight. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Oh, gosh. Must I always be singing a Negro spiritual? Nobody breaks you down like the football. Nobody breaks you down and oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Battlehawks dry my tears. But we'll talk about it. We've got some fan photos, and we've got we've always got that I See You Boy award. And like I said before the intro, for our new award, we got a new award debuting tonight. Practice your neck muscles. So without further ado, let's talk about this weekend and how it all went down. Let's first talk first quarter. First quarter. Who set the tone first quarter? Let's talk first about the Showboats and Houston game. First quarter, minute 3:03. P.J. Hall sack out of the Ohio State. First quarter, P.J. Hall. And if you notice, he last week set the tone also with a sack. First quarter, Battlehawks. We have Feeney with a tackle. Feeney and Peta came out early with taking down out DC early. And I will never forget the comment at minute 9:32 of the announcer saying Feeney is making a statement pretty early in the game. I will never forget that. I DM'd him that comment too. Hey, we got to give these players some encouragement. Okay. Manning with a fumble at 10:45 to backtrack here. He's holding on to the ball too long. So already the tone in the opposite way was beginning to be set. And already first quarter, a fumble, 10:45, Manning holding on to the ball too long, turnover to DC. Already, it was telling you. They capitalized on that first quarter, 9:06, field goal by DC. The tone was being set. Minute 4:30, touchdown, 62-yard run by DC. The tone was being set the opposite way. The Greg Williams who? Greg Williams what? I miss Greg. Why? Because it was like his son, Blake, who's there, was like wanted to work hard to prove he didn't need his daddy around. Blake wanted to prove he didn't need his daddy around. I wish Greg was still there. I can't believe it. I wish Greg Williams was still the defensive quarter because Blake, his son, wanted to prove that he could move the defense and make a statement early in that first quarter. I have to give a dap to Blake Williams. I have to give my dap for that. All day, the DC defense stood. It was a clinic. Manny scrambled for 58 yards. It got called back. Turnover, another turnover again in the 2 minutes and 46 second mark in the first quarter of that game. Let's start second quarter. Second quarter of the Showboats Houston game. Houston, the funniest statement, the coach, and this was shared on all social media, the coach of Coach CJ Johnston of the Houston, it was shared in social media. Why was he in the game? And then he was yelling, I want to share it tonight or tomorrow. But CJ Houston, the coach of the CJ Johnston, the coach of Houston, famously went off, and the UFL made sure if you're not watching spring football, what is your problem? They're mic'd. Everybody's mic'd. The coaches, the players wear body cameras where you can. I tweeted the view of Willie Harvey's body camera. Okay, everybody's mic'd. The hot dog vendors mic'd. You feel like you on the field, okay? And you feel like you're on the field. It's accessible, real football. You can go to a game and still have food in the refrigerator, okay? UFL football. It is real football. Don't look at the stands, people. Oh, and by the way, you looked at the stands of the 30,000s that went to the St. Louis game. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, second quarter, that was the funniest part of that game. Three Roughnecks make a field goal into the second quarter in that game. Second quarter of the Battlehawks. Intentional grounding. Touchdown, Manny to Darby. 35 yards. Hats out to Frank Darby for that. Oh, and I'm sorry, I take that back. Feeney. Second quarter, Feeney, 9:32, tackles for loss. Cameron Kelly, minute 7:55, interception, baby. And Rose pressuring on the side. That turns into minute 62, field goal. The kick is good. Battlehawk kick is good. Score is 9-12. Minute 2:20 of the second quarter, touchdown. DC, the 2-point afterwards is not good. At minute 54, the kick is good by the Battlehawks. 18-12 is the score. DC took the turnovers, pressure, taking advantage of that. It was all day. Second quarter of the Showboats Houston game. Let's see here. That was in the second quarter. Third quarter. Let's talk third quarter. Third quarter. Pick six. Roughnecks at the end of the third quarter. They had their second interception. They turned into a field goal. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Third quarter of Battlehawks. Third quarter of the Battlehawks. 12:25. Rolls with a tackle. Interception, 9:20. Interception by CPJ. The 56-yard kick is good for Rodrigo Blankenship. He is doing an awesome job. Later on in the fan photos, we're going to look at a kicker with his own posse, a kicker with his own clan. Feeney, now we have Feeney fans that are crazy about him, that support him. Or Rodrigo Blankenship, the kicker out of Georgia Bulldogs, who famously saved the game. Look that up. Rodrigo Blankenship has his own posse. They were out full and strong. They were on camera throughout the whole day. And I've got a video of them. I'm going to show that later on. But 56-yard, the kick is good. Score 15-18. Minute 7:18. Loss for yard by Willie Harvey. Cole gets in there. Minute 4:03 with a red zone stop. Defense stands to force the field goal. Minute 3:19. And the field goal turns out to be no good. No good. Let's wrap this up, baby. Fourth quarter. Let's go to the fourth quarter wrap up. 34-yard Sailor with the scramble. 90-minute 9:53. DC. Te'amu drew an interception. It was so painful. Oh, the pain. I had visions of the Browns. Don't make me oh my goodness. DC drew an interception in minute 8 37 minute. Touchdown, minute 2:21. With beautiful catch by Powell, 24-15. 4 St. Louis turnovers. We can't win a game with 4 turnovers like that. And to really twist the knife, minute 146, interception. It was hard. It was hard. It was hard. I'm proud of this weekend. I think, like my boyfriend said, and then suddenly I looked around the time my boyfriend said it, and then the next day I saw on Twitter someone live tweeted how the preseason's over. So adversity, you need that film in order to get to the championship. I guess that's what I can tell myself to dry my tears at night about my Battlehawks. Let's look at the weekend scores. Weekend scores. Your Renegades, Battlehawks will be going to the Renegades. Renegades fall to the Stallions. Roughnecks get their win. Why is he in the game? Who put him in there? I will never, never forget that. There are certain things my son already knows that have to be done at my funeral, like Step Into Outstanding by the Gap Band has to happen. Showing of, showing of the Cavs winning the 2016. Those are certain things my son already knows that are going to have to happen at my funeral. That replay of Coach CJ John, why is he in the game? It was such, dare I say, it was such a black man moment. You know what I mean? There's certain things that I've had relationships with white men. I've had relationships with black men. There's certain things that a black man says, why are you here? It was such a dad moment. It really was. It really was. It was a universal dad moment, but you just, oh my gosh, you got to see it. You got to see CJ Houston yelling. Oh gosh. Brahmas, 23-26. So happy for the Panthers when we're going to talk about some adorable things about the Panthers later on. And clear the screen. We don't have to talk about the other part. Clear the screen before I start crying. Well, tonight, I told you in the intro, is the debut of a new BougieSports.net award. There's always that player that the UFL is special. In June, I'm going to do a special episode called Graduation Day because the UFL is special. The schedule of the UFL is 10 weeks. In June 14th, which they announced during the Battlehawks game, the DC at Battlehawks game, the championship game is going to take place in June. Next week, I'll be showing another video of a welcome to St. Louis video. I want to make sure you're comfortable right there. Let the groove get in. I want to make sure you're comfortable when you're coming to St. Louis. So I'll be dropping another video. And so I want you to know where to stay, eat, and dine, and be safe in St. Louis. So anyway, when you come to St. Louis, I want you to know where to eat and where to have fun at. But there's always, at the end of the regular season, men are sending their film to the NFL, okay? And that's why I often tweet, make film. Like Feeney and PETA getting out early, making a statement early. That's making film. That's helping to plant their foot to be somewhere if they want to in June. Now, there are players that maybe last year made film and they visited teams, but for some reason, the team didn't keep them, okay? Then the NFL season happens. And your girl who keeps track of these things can't help but notice you could have had. Tonight, we will be awarding the Bougie Sports Week 3 NFL You Could Have Had. And that award goes to Willie Harvey. Yes, Willie Harvey Jr., you are tonight's award winner of the BougieSports.net Week 3 NFL You Could Have Had. NFL You Could Have Had. Willie Harvey last year had 78 tackles. Now, you might not think that's a lot, but remember, kids, the UFL season is 10 weeks. So this man made 78 tackles in 10 weeks. He's on track because week 2, he made 3 tackles. Week 2, he made 3 tackles. This week, he made 4 tackles. He's on his way to be building and making film. Willie Harvey is on his way. Well, last year, he tried out for the Dallas Cowboys. We all know where the Dallas Cowboys ended. Nowhere. Their highest defensive player, Eric Kendricks, had 138 total tackles, got injured, missed Lions game, was limited during the Tampa Bay game. They sure could have used Willie Harvey, but they decided not to let them go. And it's not fair. So let's think about this. These men are playing intense, real football, 10 weeks, got to jump up, leave Arlington, and then try out and put their foot in the door at some NFL teams. That's really risky injury. And it's not really fair to really assess them. Oh, as soon as they try out or have to come to camp, they got to produce like Superman. But they decided to let him go. They sure could have used him. In fact, there were 3 key games with the Cowboys that they lost that he really could have made. The Falcons game, they gave up the Falcons game. They gave up the Saints game. And one more game I think I wrote down. The Falcons game, the Saints game, and another game they really could have won, really made it. They had no business losing. They really didn't have no business losing. Okay. Willie Harvey, you are Bougie Sports Week 3 award winner. NFL, you could have had. NFL, you could have had. So let's hope that Dallas Cowboys gives him a call towards the end of the season after we take home the championship. Thank you. And speaking of which, as you know, they announced that the championship will be taking place again in St. Louis. Now that brought up a lot of controversy here. Okay. That have brought up a lot of controversy about the championship game taking place again in St. Louis. The reason why, folks, is there were, and I tweeted about this. First of all, my own son spent his own money and flew to the game, and he bought a refundable ticket. He could have canceled it. He still came and attended the game. Okay, he had still attended the championship game last year, even though the Battlehawks weren't in it. Second of all, he tweeted how Hakeem wasn't even in the building, and he got the greatest roar. Hakeem got the greatest roar at the game because they announced he was the Offensive Player of the Year. Okay, once again, Hakeem not in the building. Now the Battlehawks in the building. Mostly St. Louis fans attending the game, and it was 28,000 fans that attended the game, mostly St. Louis people. Okay, so we are a football town. St. Louis is a football town. Okay, so that's why they're doing it again. There was a championship game before the merger that happened, like outside of St. Louis. It was not filled. I think it was definitely was Stallions, and the stands weren't filled. So I know it's controversial again having it in St. Louis, but I think support, if we increase, go tell your people, attend the games throughout the regular season, make that mark, maybe it will change. As you know, we always want to acknowledge players every week that make their mark. We want to acknowledge those players that give their all, that leave nothing off the field. They put it down. This week, I want to acknowledge an offensive and a defensive player that really, really brought a spark to their team. You just type in 2 letters of their name and they're popping up on Google. They really made their mark, and you know it's what time it is. It's time for I See You Boy Award. It's time for the I See You Boy Award. This first player is PJ Hall. PJ Hall is making his moves, man. There's nothing sexier than defense, baby. PJ Hall, and yes, I'm biased because he's out of the Ohio State. Yes, I am biased. But anyway, consistently making his mark, putting those stops, defensive stops when they need it. Sack first quarter at the minute 3:03 mark. Got another sack. This is last week. Got a sack. You know, PJ Hall is really a spark that the Showboats need on the defensive side. Be sure to tweet him, get at him, let him know that he is Week 3 BougieSports.net I See You Boy Award winner. PJ Hall, I salute you. I see you, boy. PJ Hall, you are the defensive player of the week. Also, we have an offensive player. His face is so young. I need to know this man's skin routine. He is 22 years old. Jaden Sheridan. He made his first touchdown. I think it was, 74 yards. He made his mark for the Panthers, helping them get their win. I got a picture of him later on. Jaden Sheridan, you are our offensive I See You Boy award for week 3 here in the UFL. I'm so proud of you getting your first stop. You're making your mark. Be sure to tweet and support him. His family members of Jaden Sheridan, be sure you send him a little extra treat in his away box. They're all, because the players, they all live in Arlington and fly out to the games. It's kind of like they're away at college. So family members, like I said earlier, send these football players love. Send them cute things like Gatorade, immune things, cookies. Send them little treats. Give them some encouragement cards. But with a face like that, he looks like he's still in college. He looks like, Jaden, you look like he's still in college. Don't let somebody pinch his cheeks for me. No. Me too. But the man, he looks so young. You just want to pinch his cheeks. Look how young he looks. Jaden Sheridan, you are our adorable BougieSports.net. Week 3, I see you, boy. I'm proud of you making your mark. Just as humble as you can be in your interview. You keep making film. Keep making that film. You are 22. I don't want to see you no more in the UFL. I want you on a team. Graduation day, I'm definitely going to be suggesting a team where he can go to when the season's over. Be sure to catch my final episode of the season, graduation day. I'm definitely going to have Jaden's name on my lips on a suggested NFL team where he needs to be. Be sure you tune in, Jaden Sheridan, on a suggested NFL team to consider sending your film. Keep putting down that film, Jaden Sheridan. We're real proud of you here at BougieSports.net. We're real proud of you. In case you didn't know, this was a great weekend, though. It was exciting football. It really was. We've gotten out of that funk of only tune in to the third quarter. We really gotten out of that funk now. It's not preseason football anymore. We've really gotten out of that funk, which is really good. We've gotten out of that funk. There is a team that's on life support. You know what team it is. Doctor, I need help. Paging Seneca Wallace, quarterback coach of the Battlehawks. Paging Seneca Wallace. Football care plan, nursing time. Bougie Sports football, nursing care plan time. Doctor, we need to stop the bleeding of the St. Louis Battlehawks. How to stop the bleeding of the St. Louis Battlehawks. Tonight, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, okay? You always in football, like my theory, I've told you this before. My theory of football game planning is taking the nursing process, which is assess, implement, eval. If you know your quarterback is scrambling, because he was like 12 out of 16 completions, or Manny Wilkins was showing signs of scrambling more than the pass. They're going to cancel your run. They're going to cancel your run. They're going to take out your run. They were going to stifle Jacob Sailors. Whatever you're good at, the other team is going to cancel out. Okay? I had a deep watch this past season of Hard Knocks. Tomlin basically said what I said. You know what I mean? He planned for Joe Burrow, okay? Whatever your strengths are, plan on them being taken out, okay? Manny, you got to learn how to pass. You got to learn how to pass. Yes, he had 2 interceptions, but y'all got to learn how to pass. And we had a guest last week. That was was excited by Jacob Sailors and thought, oh, we don't need no stinking Hakeem. You guys know that was me. So, Hakeem, how you doing? Because Hakeem is fast. We sure do miss. Remember Hakeem's first game he played and the film where he was running and able to go and make some blocks, some really good blocks that allowed Jacob to. We miss that. We miss that bodyguard technique of helping the run. Manny has got to we got to protect his pass. He's got to learn how to pass. The O-line have to learn how to be efficient. When I say the O-line has to be efficient, bulldoze. Watch Wyatt Teller. Wyatt Teller and Joe Potonier are O-linemen on the Browns. They often use the bulldozer technique, which is you use one man to knock down another one. Okay. Be efficient. Okay. Be efficient. I like how you have a lot of big players that are on the Battlehawks that are still quick and moving. I saw a lot of O-linemen that are making secondary blocks. They were following up their blocks. I'm very happy about that. They didn't have the Jedrick Willis disease. I love that. Okay. But Manny needs more time. Since Manny's not really getting used to the pass, he's going to need some more time. Okay. In that pocket. Okay. We got to give Manny more time in that pocket in order to survive this. But Houston, we have a problem because Chevron Kadiro, our third quarterback, he's on the injured reserve list. So is it Max Duggan time? I don't know, but I need Manny. If you're gonna be the man, you got to man up and pass. You got to man up and pass. Next, let's wrap things up. I want to shout out the fans. Because of them, this couldn't happen. I want to shout out all the people that went out to the games. I'm glad you made it. If you made it home safely, without you guys, the UFL could not exist. I'm thankful for your photos. I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for the videos that was sent to me. And without further ado, I've got some fan footage here. First, this is from the Michigan Panthers Pride. I will tweet them. I will attach everybody's social medias to this video. They have tailgates. This is their tailgate from this past weekend. Sure looks good. This is their tailgate from this past weekend. Be sure to give them a follow. I'm going to attach their social after this. They had a great tailgate. Be sure to, if you're in that area going to their games, support their tailgates and be sure to follow them. Then we have I've Lauren. Let's see. Lauren. I'm going to attach my social media with her. Yeah, Lauren Steenhoek. Yep, at Lauren Steenhoek, Lauren, capital Steenhoek. I will attach her after this video. She's an awesome mom I saw her on X. She and the kids were packing up, getting ready to go to the Panthers game, and she had the greatest mom cooler. And I'm like, she just tweeted, "We're getting ready to go," and I was already asking for a snack virtually, and so, so that's how we kind of met. And then it turns out that her son made a T-shirt. They were made a T-shirt that they're trying to get licensed. So be sure to. I'm going to attach her handle to this video, and let's be sure to tell UFL. Tell if you know anyone, get their T-shirt. Support this little kid's her son's T-shirt. Wants to get that license, but they were there for the T-shirt toss, and they were the kid. I think the kid played there. Her child played during halftime, and they're still waiting on the UFL licensing deal. So hopefully you'll be able to purchase their T-shirt, because of course your girl asked for a T-shirt when I saw them there. So hopefully that gets happening. So they're there supporting the Michigan Panthers tailgate, where they had yummy breakfast there. And with a breakfast like that, of course, the Michigan got their win. And there's another photo. That's a great shot of them with their posters and the lovely Ford film. That is awesome. I'm so happy the kids got a win. It's nothing like being a kid and seeing a win in person. That makes a better ride home. But she told me the snacks she packed were perfect. I would have loved it, even if we would have lost. Hey, the snacks car ride were great. And I'm glad they made it home safely. There's another group right there getting together. Yes, another group right there tailgating. Be sure to tailgate this season. I've tailgated games and didn't even have a ticket to the game, but just one time. There's nothing like memories and tailgating and having fun with friends. You never know when you're going to need the support of friends and family. So yeah, definitely. I love that picture. I love that picture of them. I love that poster too. What a great picture. And there is your boy, this week's week 3, Bougie Sports. I see you, boy, winner, Jaden Sheridan. There he is with the fans there. That is such a dope picture. And pause right there for a second. If you can pause right there. Alrighty. And like I said, Feeney, there are Feeney fans that are like frenzy about Feeney. Well, now Rodrigo Blankenship, our kicker on the Battlehawks, he has his own fans. And they were on TV many times throughout the game this weekend. So now they're the Rod fans. They have their own section, and they cut to them every time he made a field goal, hit that 56-yard field goal. They went crazy. They were loud. Thanks to at Sabrina on Twitter for giving me this video. But yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome seeing them. Go ahead. Thank you. Awesome week of football, guys. We're going to wrap things up. I can't do the show without you. I want to shout out. I didn't get a chance to go through it more. I want to get him more on the show. I want to also shout out at Announcer Guy. I didn't get a chance to. I wanted to basically upload his tweets. I want to get him on the show somehow. We're going to work out some technical difficulties. Announcer Guy Drew. He attended his first UFL game. I'm going to announce. I promised to announce his insight, but I rather have him on the show and be able to show his tweets visually. I'm going to have him. I'm going to reach out to him again. But announcer guy Drew or at Drew underscore McMahon. I'd rather have him on the find a way to make things happen and have him on the show. And I definitely will. Next time, I want to be able to show his tweets visually. He's an awesome guy, and I was so happy he attended his first UFL game. But I will showcase him a little bit close. I want to showcase him a little bit more than I can tonight. But definitely, the only thing that's missing tonight is you. Definitely, always sending your pictures, your photos, your videos, your encouragement, your words of wisdom. If you had contact with a player, photo with a player, I want to see it. I'm nosy like that. So definitely shout it out. We've got another great weekend of football coming up. Unlike you need to tell the UFL admin, true story, a couple of minutes, and Ken Gill caught it. A couple of minutes, the UFL admin tweeted this past weekend's game schedule, like the April 13th game and the April 12th game, and they deleted it now. So just know that you UFL people, UFL podcasters, and you UFL fans are like more on top of things. So let's just hope things get better with the UFL admin. But yeah, definitely there. You have a good night. Have fun. I am Posh underscore Clevelander. Thank you. Woosah, woosah. Light a candle for my battle hawks. Caw-caw, 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 caw-caw. Wade in the water. Bye-bye.